When Europeans first arrived in the northern part of Turtle Island, their primary concern was survival in an environment much different than they were used to in countries like France and Britain. Were it not for the help of the various native peoples they encountered, settlers would not have been able to find sources of food or survive the bitter and harsh winters. French fur traders were the first to push westward into the interior of the continent, befriending Anishinaabeg and Haudenosaunee, Iroquois peoples, who shared their foods and medicines with the newcomers and taught them how to navigate the waterways and travel through the dense woodlands. The Anishinaabeg and the first settlers enjoyed a period of peaceful coexistence until a growing population of English adventurers began to challenge their French counterparts for control of the lucrative fur trade. First Nations were pitted against one another, as for the first time they became engaged in the exchange of goods to accumulate wealth, not just to survive. What was then called New France, parts of present-day Ontario and Quebec, became a battleground for wars that began an ocean away in Europe. General Wolfe's victory over Montcalm in 1759 on the Plains of Abraham during the 7 Years' War meant that Great Britain controlled the settled areas of North America, both what is now Canada and the 13 colonies to the south, which would become the United States of America. This did not please the Anishinaabeg, who had been allies with the French and enjoyed a prosperous fur trading relationship with them. The British began to move away from the French practice of giving gifts to the Anishinaabeg people on whose land they built forts. The tension came to a head in April of 1763, when a council of nearly 500 chiefs and warriors gathered near Fort Detroit to hear Odawa leader Pontiac. Why do the English send their redcoats into our lands to take over forts where we have traded with the French? The French came into our land to trade with us, and the English wished to drive us away. We must rise up against these dogs clothed in red and drive them out. During what came to be known as the Pontiac Rebellion, an alliance that included the Odawa, Chippewa, Potawatomi, Delaware, Huron, Illinois, Seneca, and Shawnee launched attacks on British forts and 13 colonies villages across the 1,000-mile long western frontier of North American settlement.